What do we have here? One UPS truck in the wild, in its natural habitat. Come on, come on, make that left, make that left. Oh yes, here he comes, boys. The UPS man is here. Oh yeah. Good afternoon, guys. What is going on? Getting the day started here. Took yesterday off with a little parts delivery from the UPS man, but I just want to explain one thing. I know the camera difficulty on the last video was unfortunate, but I didn't realize that it didn't record until the following morning. It wasn't like I knew that it didn't record and just didn't go out and retake what I had done. I didn't even realize it till the next morning. So that short little ending clip there was taken the next morning super early right before I went to work. So it was either that or have an even more awkward ending in text or no video at all. So I apologize, but the first gen does run. I know a lot of you guys are thinking that it doesn't run. It does run. There was no problem. It's just the camera, these little fuzzy mic covers here hide my record thing. So I thought the camera was rolling the whole time. I was blabbing away, talking probably and stuff, but didn't realize it till the following morning. Anyway, so first gen does run. We're gonna get it uncovered here. As you can see, weather report for today, back to our normal scheduled rain nonstop. So John is here. He's going to be giving us a hand. We're just going to keep rolling. We got to retorque the head studs, which means I got to take the injector lines off, go over the valve lash again, and then we're going to get to start fabbing up some stuff. So that is the plan for today, I think. We're going to open up some boxes that we did get to help for some parts. First piece is the cast 90-degree elbow to 3-inch hose. This is basically a factory Cummins part with an O-ring that goes on that S400 flange. That is by far the tightest bend you can get off of an S400 by far. Now, just to compare on the race truck here, we did go with a mandrel bend, and even if I put this right next to it, you can see that there is still about a ½ inch shallower depth on this piece versus that. The only reason we did that was that is 3.5-inch pipe all the way to the intercooler versus 3-inch on the first gen. So this should work out perfect. Heavy duty, vibrant 3-inch boots. And these things are awesome. This is exactly what I used on most of the connections on the race truck. These are 5-ply, triple hump, triple steel banded, extended long boots, which should help and work perfectly for the first gen. So we are going to see that hopefully here at the end of this video, you know, get the fab work going. So that's the plan, guys. You guys know that I wouldn't try and hide anything from you. If something messed up and I messed something up, I would tell you guys. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes and simple, stupid stuff happens to me just like it does to anybody else. So don't think for one second that I was trying to hide something and then I took the next day off to fix it. It wasn't like that. Yesterday we took off and we cut the lawn, which took forever because I waited too long to do it yet again. And yes, I know I cut it in the same direction. I'm just too lazy to cross it and all that other stuff. So without further ado, let's get the day started. Let's get this thing fired up.
Where the heck is the camera? Here's the camera. Hey, Greg. Hey, Greg.
Hello.
Oh,
there she is, guys.
This
it runs.
Stinks.
There we have it. It does run. I told you it ran. How dare you guys not believe me?
If it wasn't on camera, it didn't happen.
If it wasn't on camera, it didn't happen. So there you go. It's on camera. It happened. I will tell you what, again, best investment, shop mod right there, that light. But as you can see, down in here, maybe you can, maybe you can't, but there's a head stud in between where the injection lines come across. So the injection lines do have to come off. I'm not really sure if you could possibly undo all of the little hold downs and kind of tweak them out of your way or not, but they're not terribly hard to take off, so we'll probably just end up taking them off in the set and leaving them front set, back set, doing it like that, and that's where we're going to start today. So got the lines off. You can now see where that one stud that runs pretty much diagonally right over top of it. I do maybe take back my statement that the lines have to come off. I do think you can probably weasel around them by taking them off here and maybe undoing some hold downs, but they're off now. It is what it is, and we're going to proceed to retorque at 150. Okay, so retorque is done, and now we are just going to go over the valves again. John over here likes to paint mark the rockers, which is a great idea because then you don't really need to look. So we can see that we are on top dead center. Both number 6 intake and exhaust are loose, so we know we're on number 6 top dead center. So we are going to adjust the ones that do not have the paint mark. So I marked them with them on number 1 top dead center. So once we spin that around 360, we'll be on number 1 top dead center, and we'll do all the ones with the paint mark. But for now, we are going to run through these and then put the lines back on, then start the fab work. Yippee! Yippee! Alrighty, so valves are done. We did start putting on our S400 outlet with our boots. And yes, that boot is completely bottomed out on the edge. That's how far it goes, but there's that much to clamp, so don't worry about your little index thing there. So don't worry about that, but we got the pipe, and it looks like it is gonna line up so cherry with that hole. That pipe is good. We have not yet put it on this side, but we're about to throw the valve covers on. Now, the one thing I did when we first got the truck, we put new valve cover gaskets on the first time they came apart, and yes, we will paint these, shut up. But we did not put new O-rings on the bolts here. So those do have seals too. You can see when we took them apart this time that they basically came apart in pieces. And yet another reason why our top end kit, even though we didn't use everything in it, I wouldn't have had those to put back on there now. So glad we got a top end kit, well worth the money. Got new O-rings on there. So valve covers back on now, and then we can start with the fabrication.
You know this isn't an S400 base turbo, right?
It's, you know, I call it an S300, I call it an S400, it's a S something, and there's,
it's not.
You know,
S base turbos are Borg Warner.
Well, whatever. I mean, I'm just giving people comparison size so they can see, because the cover looks like it's about an S million.
Yeah,
you know, it looks big, but it is small. But it's.
I just don't want the used tubes mechanics to start calling. I don't think anybody picked up on that yet.
But it does. But it does have the
T4 flange.
Right, it's a T4 flange, but it does have the same way that it connects the center section that, like, say, S300s do, but then has a larger front cover on it. So it's a little bit of a Frankenturbski.
Ow.
Oh, did that hurt?
I can't laugh that much.
Good times.
Good times.
Johnny, good times.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I went down on my motorcycle, guys. I broke my back. because it's got to come up in every video.
What did John do?
What happened to the guy in the back brace?
That dingleberry. What's he wearing that thing for? Crank her over there, Johnny. All right, stop.
I saw it. I see the fuel spray.
I think every single one popped off.
Because you gotta give it throttle. I don't know if you were giving it throttle last time.
Okay, everyone, the camera is recording. I promise you will hear it start up.
Contact.
Shut it off.
You might have to turn the idle up a little bit.
I think so. I think it does need the idle turned up a little bit.
I think when we slam it into gear, she's going to stall.
Alrighty, so we've got our trusty fab work holder here holding in the intercooler. I've got these, had to chop a little bit more off of these, but marked where those go. Oh, it'd be helpful if I held the camera where you were looking. So we got those, which is going to lift that up just a little bit more, which is not a problem. But this intercooler pipe as well looks like should be no problemo right down there where you can see it down there. We're gonna have to actually shorten it up quite a bit, but it looks like the idea of the straight connections with the angles is gonna work out very good. So right now I just marked the other side, and we're gonna pull the intercooler off and then probably clean them up, tack them up, and then see how it fits with the mounts tacked up. So that is where we were
You
at.
get to use your new toy, Greg.
I was practicing again last night.
Oh boy.
Not half bad.
Something smaller, I hope.
Yes, test
Not
pieces.
1/4 inch bleed.
Test pieces.
Oh, little flat toe action.
Oh, got the gator.
I think that 6.7's having a little trouble.
Alrighty, boys. So after some on and off action, test fitting, it looks like our little second gen idea here, it's not really gonna work. We need to get this thing pretty low in order to have enough room up top. And seeing that this second gen intercooler is even oversized, it's making things even more a little difficult. So what we're doing now is basically resting right on here, which is pretty much our lowest point of what we can really go. And what we're gonna do, I think, is just get some angle iron, some 2.5 inch long angle iron, and cut little sections out, drill holes in it, and then just run some triangle box bracing, basically to mimic a little shelf here with some supports, and then I can mount it down even lower. And that's pretty much what we're gonna have to do. And then once that's done, I can get some length of rod here and adjust that in and out, because the safety latch, you can see, kind of needs to come out about here to work. So if I get it all the way flat, pretty much takes it up all the way. But if we angle it out just a little bit, I know it's a little hard to see. You got that, John? If we angle it out just a little bit, it really won't be noticeable. And then I'll be able to clear the safety latch. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We don't have the angle iron now, So we might shift gears here, and then comes the fun task of trying to reshape those outlets to meet up with these pipes.
We got to get the intercooler mounted.
Here's what the other side looks like. So basically, you can see I can kind of rotate that down. All I got to do is just angle that to meet that, and a boot will work. So we might actually have to shorten up on some of our boots and not use these long ones, but it should work. It should work. It's just doing the work.
I've had enough of your poop, Greg.
Poop?
Poop.
Okay, bye, John.
Yeah. Get out of here. Don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
Love you.
Okay, bye. All right, love you, bye.
I'm
Oh, I'm in your way. I'm in your way. Let me get out of your way.
Damn right.
All right. Maybe work on John's truck tomorrow. Who knows? Oh.
Hey.
Hey now.
Yeah.
Well, boys, fab work.
Love you, bye.
Slow and steady. Love you, bye. Safe drive home. Alrighty guys, so let me show you exactly where we kind of left off. Fab work kind of just, it takes forever. It takes forever and it's time consuming, and the fitment is everything. So before we go ahead and weld anything, I haven't even talked to Russell. I think Russell's kind of busy because he busted up his razor. So we might actually enlist the help of another one of me and John's buddies to help do some of this pipe shaping and fabricating, even though, you know, we like to do everything ourselves, but sometimes, you know, we might need a little help. So we might be getting some help on some of this fab work. But let me show you where we kind of left off. We got the exhaust flange mounted on there, and then this pipe can actually slip right inside of that, which will clear well, even though this turbo does sit back a little bit further. So we kind of lost another inch or so backwards, which kind of puts us close to this heater box. But it does clear, it will work. It's just a little bit tighter. Basically, the next elbow piece that I was able to use on the last setup needs to be lengthened a little bit. It's only got an 8-inch run on the length on that. It kind of needs to be about 10 inches to kind of come up here. Kind of shoots up too early. So we just need to get a longer pipe. John's actually running home to try and see if he has one. And then we won't have to really like cut anything. So that shouldn't really be too bad. You can see I got our tape job up here before we tacked anything, just to make sure. But it looks like everything will work on the hood stack without really too much of an issue. So that's where the hood stack piping is. And then it is just reshaping these outlets and mounting of the cooler. So that's pretty much where we're at. Not really a lot of planning today, a lot of planning. But we did get the head retorqued. I think I might actually just do one more retorque on it, and then we should be good to go. Go over the valves again, maybe one more time. Really not that bad, not too bad on this truck. Seeing that there's no wiper cowl, the wiper cowl definitely makes it, no wiper cowl makes it a lot easier. So that's pretty much going to wrap up the work. It's actually already like 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. This is, like I mentioned, fab work. It's a lot of time. It's very time consuming. Anyone who does fab work for a living, you guys deserve 2 thumbs up, but I'm holding the camera, so I only can give you one. So the other thing that I kind of want to talk and hint on in this video kind of quick, which there was a video posted last night by some of you guys who probably you watch, and there is another YouTube call out challenge coming on the 28th. Now, if and when we do get invited to that, the triple turbo truck, unfortunately, a motor of that kind of stature just doesn't get thrown together in a month or two, and I'm not rushing putting that thing back together, not to mention the amount of money that it's going to take to get that thing put back together. So here's what we got. We got the first gen. Now, we've got some decently big injectors, and we've got an okay size charger on it. Now, I was kind of okay with this setup. I'm like, this is going to be awesome. It's going to be fun. Now, how much power it's going to make with the VE setup on there, who really knows? The transmission is going to be done in about 2 or so weeks, which won't be done for XDP, the race for XDP. And then we got the rear sitting over here. So we now have another possible deadline coming up for this next YouTube call out challenge. Now, if you know me, and you've been around for a little while, you know that Greg doesn't like to get this thing is not going to be a triple turbo truck. Let's put it that way. But do we possibly have a P pump sitting right there that could make more power? And could we possibly change some things around to make even more power sooner? Now, this kind of pushes up my kind of like the way I progressed, wanted to kind of, the progression of the way I wanted this build to go was going to be this setup for a little while, and then we'll get the P pump on eventually, not quite yet, but now we're going to possibly be getting invited back to race cars that have way more power than the first gen, way more power. But that's not, I mean, I can't do that. We can't show up under that. I mean, we're going to show up underpowered regardless, and don't get me wrong, we're not going to be competing like we would be competing in that. But I don't know, guys. This setup on here might be a little more temporary than I originally planned because it's kind of limited on the power. Now, yes, this may be rushing things a little bit more just to make an event, but if that's not how it always goes, then I don't know what normal is, because that seems to always be the case. But anyway, there's a little hint. I don't know, but things might be getting changed up yet again, even sooner. So October 28th is the new date for the YouTube call out challenge. Again, if and when it gets announced, if and when we get called out, who knows? But if we do, I want to be prepared, because Pap Scrap needs to bring a little more sauce than it's currently going to have right now. Now, a P pump and some other little things that I got cooking in the back of my mind, that might juice it up a little bit more and maybe put on a little bit better of a show. So who knows, but I know, guys, I know what the heck is wrong with me. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. There's more news to come. Getting cracking on John's truck, and yeah, pretty much. I just want to drive this thing. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the like button before you leave. Please subscribe if you have not already. I'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya. Thank you very much, sir. Look at that. Nice addition. Speaking of stickers, coming very soon, hopefully by the end of the week, new Wrenchwork stickers, also back with the old design as well. So a bunch of new stickers, bunch of colors dropping very, very soon. Make sure you stay tuned for that launch.